Okay, we have sort of a easier stretch coming up until we have the big Michigan game. Nebraska, Rutgers, West Virginia. Certainly, not every game will be easy, but it looks significantly easier. I would say games are competitive if the talent levels are within two, and obviously here, that is just not the case. I think we can probably sim these, and it might actually be more interesting if we do so, um, just because there may be an upset. Although my intention is really not to be upset, it's to win the national championship. So what we're going to do is kind of go quickly through these first 3 weeks until we get to Michigan in this episode. Let's take a look at recruiting. At this point, I'd also like to put a little bit more story into each player. Like Malaki Winters is obviously a player that we have been targeting. This is supposed to be really kind of the future of OSU football because our redshirt senior Trent Shelton, who is putting on one hell of a year, he's going to go into the draft next year. Yes, we have this Denzel Atkin, and he's actually shaping up to be in the running of freshman quarterback of the year, which is a little ridiculous because stats suck. But, his potential here is showing that he's not going to be as good as Trent is today. So, Malaki Winters, obviously someone I'm highly coveting. We will continue to monitor how the recruitment process goes there. From the running back side, let's sort by potential here, because obviously we want the highest potential. From the running back side, we've actually started to flip the script a little bit on what it looks like in terms of our ability to get Randy Ramirez. That's only because of his visit during the Minnesota game. Should I switch priorities? It's definitely an interesting question. I think for now, I'm just going to try to lock in Adrian Curtis since I need 2 running backs, and I'm most likely going to leave with Kane, who is well ahead of UW. I don't actually know what university this is. Let's take a look at that. Washington. So most likely it's going to be Curtis and Kane. If the visit goes well for Michigan, then we might change. But Clemson and Auburn are both going to get their visit bonuses and will most likely surpass me. So at this point, I don't want to risk it. Let's see. For wide receiver, we can match with Charlie O'Neal. I do want to start putting some points into recruiting Charlie simply because he's a B+ overall. But I like that right now we kind of have these players passively being scouted, and it looks like we're going to get these 2 B- players without a hitch. No tight ends. Let's see. At O-line, we can match the offer that Michigan sent. I want to visit for sure. At O-line, things are basically looking like we're going to get everyone that we want, all this A talent. We can match this offensive lineman, Marcus Meyer. Obviously, next year is also going to look different because we are not going to have our Trent Shelton. Is that his name? Our quarterback that we currently have. Trenton Shelton. I'll just call him Shelton. Number 19. So one thing I need to think about is what our makeup is going to look like next year. And realistically, probably, given the current look of our quarterback who falls behind him, what's his name? Denzel Atkin. We're going to be able to pass if we want to. We're also going to be able to run most likely because our running backs look pretty good that are juniors, unless they declare for the draft, which is possible with Emmanuel Brady. So I think actually what's most stable is the quarterback position, which means that when we think about offensive linemen, pass blocking is still a priority for us. In that regard, we have all these pass blockers. It does make getting Marcus Meyer more more alluring, just because he's also a pass blocker, and there's potentially an argument to even be made that someone like Felix Couch is less important to grab, since by the time he's actually going to be able to start, his pass blocking, one, is not going to be very high, but also he probably doesn't even get any reps. Like, all these players with the offseason gains might get, like, let's say 5 to their, like, anywhere from 5 to 13, I think, for pass blocking. And 74 to 79 is good, but it's not great. That being said, we do probably keep, what's his name, Denzel Atskin for 3 years, let's say. So any offensive lineman we get, those linemen will be here during his career. I guess my main point is that focusing on pass blocking is more important than run blocking with the players that we have and that we will be keeping. I'm just going to let this play out, though. We have no kickers that we're looking at. For defensive linemen, we're starting to catch up, which is good. We obviously have the Michigan visit, which will be huge for this player. I'm pretty sure that's who... Oh, it's the Michigan State visit. So that's pretty late in the season, which is a little unfortunate. We're also losing right now to Zion Tan, but not by much. It looks like, honestly, if we wanted to, we could probably sweep in and steal from Michigan. Did Michigan lose? They didn't lose. I guess the visit just wasn't that fruitful. Zion Tan is an interesting player only because it's kind of playing a weird game of you can't have him kind of deal. But ideally, we'd be getting Ethan Cantrell, and we do get a bonus because we're scouting a big hitter. So we have some more schedules that we can do. I think we'll just do earlier in the season for now. The Purdue visit is kind of interesting. I think I want Indiana for this guy that's so far ahead, but for Ryland Sims, who is further away, it would be good to see if Purdue actually does well. It's a bigger game, and then we get a bigger bonus for taking a look at him. So we'll match just so that we're matching. And then we can match here. Cool. We do need more linebackers, which is another thing to consider. I think we're good because, I mean, ideally I would be able to sign a player sooner than later. I would like to be able to shift more towards safety because that's a need. At cornerback, Tyler Stevenson, again, is definitely a player that I want, but we're lockstep with Texas, and we're so far ahead with Joseph Schaefer that looks like that's going to be a lock. Let's try to do an earlier visit for Tyler Goodwin, and then I'm just going to stay in lockstep with some of these others. Another filter I like to consistently make is players who are narrowing schools or may commit soon. So this is just good because then I can know when I need to offer players contracts or scholarships rather. All right, let's talk about winning. So we're gonna sim mostly these games, and just because they should be easy wins, but we're still going to do all of the steps in order to ensure that we win. Gunslinger means a deep arm. I'm more worried about the deep ball because they have a deep threat and a gunslinger. And then in terms of how we're going to win, looks like they've got a good pass rusher, a good lineman. What does the secondary look like? Most likely, this means that we're just going to do quick passing. I definitely think quick passing is the way to go here. So set focus. We're going to stop the deep ball. And then we can just sim. Balanced as always. Aggressive man. Yes. We can sim to halftime. We can watch the game. I think what I want to do is just sim to halftime and see what's up. All right, so we're so far ahead that most likely this is just a W. 47-9 is a huge W. Our quarterback is a perfectionist. Our running game looks so strong. Some big plays from Barnett. Let's see. Brady lost the fumble. That's not great. Get sacks. Durant got a sack, which is nice to see. Then a cornerback also got a sack. Interception from Townsend. That's nice to see. And then some pass defense. Yeah. Can advance the week. Looks like they were able to run pretty effectively on us with Lockheed. So that's something to note, is maybe our run defense is not as good as we had thought it was. And one thing that's cool is that the game tracks a bunch of stats, so we can actually see things like that pretty easily. So I'm going to make a depth chart change based on the injury that happened. This guy just moves down. It's fine because we have all this amazing depth at linebacker. So in terms of scouting, nothing's really changing. We'll just go through the motions to make sure everything looks the same. Actually, what we'll do for now is just look at the commit soon. There's no commits, so we'll move on with scouting. It's not a huge deal. We fall behind in some other facet. In terms of how to beat Rutgers, I got a field general and a route runner. So this means that he's going to spread the ball around quite a bit. Looks like pretty poorly though. They're balanced. I think I'm more worried about the running back who has a 4.9 yards per carry than the quarterback who's throwing tons of interceptions. So we'll just set for now, stop the run. This looks fine to me. And then one other thing we can look at is whether it's easier for us to run or pass. It's actually easier for us to run, it looks like. So we'll focus on running this week. And we'll see how this works out. Could be the wrong call, but probably not. So let's sim to halftime. It's 30-0. Let's check out the stats here at half. Wow, 14 for 14, 254 yards. This feels like Ohio State football. Brady is doing really poorly, which is interesting. Underwood is obviously tearing it up. I'm gonna let this finish out. I don't have to make any, changes really. 63-3. I've not seen a deficit that large. 6 touchdowns for Shelton. If he doesn't win Player of the Year, I will be super surprised. Yeah. And so one thing I'm going to do headed into the big Michigan game, which obviously I will actually play out, is take a look at what players have what stats, just to configure the depth chart accordingly. Specifically at wide receiver, where I have so much talent, I want to make sure that the most productive wide receivers are the ones getting the starts, although there's like an argument to be made that we're playing against cupcake teams, so it's not super accurate who is the best player. This is crazy. Like, the number of records just got shattered. West Virginia. So we do need to make a change at linebacker, or it's already made for us rather. This player being a part of the lineup because of the injury is probably fine, and actually maybe for the best in this game, just because I don't want my other linebacker getting injured. So the work rates do, if you're on the field more, then obviously there's a higher chance of you getting injured. So that is something to consider, but I'm not going to change any of that. They're a pass first team. They got route runners, a tight end that they're throwing to, so we're going to do short passing. And then let's see, what's their effectiveness against the run? Pretty poor, also the pass. So we'll focus on the run, trying to show Michigan that we're balanced. And we can just check recruiting real quick, make sure there's no commit soon. So we have one. We'll catch up. So this shows that we'll get plus 963 to Bama. Let's see. What's the recruit visit? The recruit visit is Michigan. We'll probably blow out Bama with that recruit visit. Hopefully we get these two offensive linemen, then we can stop using our pitches on those players, which will be good. One thing that would be good to check is where we're at with our safeties that we're interested in, because we are a little bit behind on these. It looks like for the most part we'll match, just so that we have a better look at what we're getting. It does look like we're slipping quite a bit on some of these, except for Joseph Schrafer. And arguably Kyle Ramsey is just not going to happen at all, and I should be moving on from Kyle and instead focusing on someone that I have a chance of actually getting. I think what I'll do, so Kyle Ramsey does have the bonus that's coming in, so like plus 900 is like almost a 1K, and then from the Michigan game I might be able to catch up. I think I will wait until the Michigan game to decide what to do with Kyle Ramsey, but all those points that I spent might have been for not. Let's play a game. All right, so we'll sim to halftime. We've got a much closer game. What I'm gonna do is actually play out the remainder of the game, just because I want to make sure that we win, or at least until I feel that we have a sizable lead where we're not going to lose. So we'll do a slant. What have we been? We've been more run. Interesting. Let's take a look at the stats. Looks like we're flawless over the air, but we've just not been as effective at running as probably weeks past. So we'll probably just keep it through the air in order to close out this game. I'm actually going to do a play action because I think they'll bite. Yep. They're showing a 4-4. I came out with 3 wide receivers, so they're not really respecting the formation I'm bringing out. This is a classic bring out the medium pass, spread, bam. Ooh, I was expecting a much bigger gain, but they aren't really matching up appropriately still. We can try a play action pass. Cool. I'm gonna keep in the same idea while they still think that I'm leaning run. That was incomplete. Oh, but they're able to align more appropriately. So let's make sure that we're bringing out heavier wide receiver sets. And actually, because of the change that I just made there, probably don't need to be doing play action. Cool. So that was a big gainer. We can do, well, I still haven't adjusted, so yeah, I'm just gonna score. Okay, so on defense, On defense, let's think. What's going on defense? On defense, they're running pretty well and they're throwing decently too. Probably see what a blitz does first. Let's check that out. I'm gonna man align 2. So that was a run and I brought a blitz. They just ran all over me, which means that I need to be bringing out heavier personnel. So that was a throw, and I kind of committed to the run, even if they don't realize it. I already ran cover 2 man, so we'll do, oops, I clicked the same thing. So we'll do a blitz. There's a 4-yard gain. Don't love how easy it is for them to run right now. This is probably a pass, but I'll do a nickel man. Cool. And so I stopped them. Yeah, we'll do a short pass. That's good. If they keep not respecting the fact that I can just throw all over them, then I'm going to keep just throwing all over them. Done. So on defense, I definitely want to, and I should be changing the clock strategy just so the clock runs out and we can get this dub. On defense, we are going to be showing more aggressive looks. I don't want to get hit over the top quickly though. So I like this man look. I think that's good. Cool. I think we got to stop. Let's go nickel again. So nickel is just 3 cornerbacks matched up against 4 wide receivers. And then I'm going to blitz. I dig this. Nice. We're stopping them all of a sudden. And then this is definitely going to be a throw. So we can go nickel. Interesting that that was such a large gain. So I was expecting the pass. I just wasn't expecting it to be that productive. They beat us with the running back. I'm going to blitz you because you keep on running. And then I really want to blitz you again. Nice. All right, so I'm stopping the run pretty effectively. The problem is, how do I play this 3rd down where they're clearly going to pass? So I'm just going to bring out the same personnel. It worked. They punted the ball basically nowhere, or for a touchback, which means that we got some pretty good field position. Let's try a jet sweep. That was huge. Try. What did they bring? They're still playing a man under. Ooh, so that was an interception. It's fine because I went deep. Let's take a look at why that was an interception. Looks like just the safety played the ball well. Kind of weird that that 4 verts would ever lose to cover 2 sink. So 2 safeties versus 4 wide receivers deep. I don't feel like we should ever lose this, but it is what it is. Because the safety intercepted it. Weird. All right. We're going to continue to blitz. I don't want them to get an inch. Pretty effective. I want some safety high. All right. I'm going to finally change the play clock. You can just do a short pass. That was incomplete. I feel like I came onto the scene and just started calling poorly. On offense, at least. On defense, they've not done anything. Let's see. I like the draw. Actually, I don't like the draw because the draw's better when you've been showing more throws and then you mix it up with a run. So what I'm actually going to just do is just a 1-yard run. Nice. Exactly what I asked for. They expected that too, so that's something to note. I wanted to see what an RPO would do. The answer is not much. Can try the 4 wide receiver set. I got sacked. All right, so now we got to go to the bubble screen. This is the money play. first down every time. We can try a deep pass. I got sacked again. They're just bringing out nickel, which is interesting that I'm not able to get bigger gains. I think I'm calling deep passes though. I am calling deep passes. I need to be using medium passes. I know, right, that I'm going to be more effective at medium passes than deep passes because my O-line is not the best. But honestly, against West Virginia, I think the matchup showed, I just want a short pass. I think the matchup showed that my O-line was supposed to be fine against their D-line. So this is just for a conversion, easy. They're bringing out 4-3 like imbeciles. Let's go for a medium pass. I want as many wide receivers as you can give me. That's deflected. Interesting. I'm sure more pass, and now I do feel actually pretty good about running a draw. Cool. That was a huge gain. Because that was so effective, I think I should actually bring out just another run. We can do, that's not a run. We can do just a slam. That's nice. There's no reason to do play action because they wouldn't really be expecting it. I think I'd just try a stretch. That didn't go anywhere. Let's go to the medium pass. Huge pickup. So now they're still playing. Actually, the defense doesn't have a way to counter 5 wide receiver sets. They only can show 4 cornerbacks in this game. So I feel like I can just abuse like levels or 5 wide pretty consistently. So touchdown. Into the 4th quarter, we can just like play out a drive in order to, actually let's just see. We'll step in if we have to, but in theory, this is a lock. Yeah. Okay. So what we come out with 6 touchdowns. Again, our run game was not that effective, although I started with the intent on leaning on the run. Not that effective is kind of ridiculous considering this guy had 4.8 yards per carry. Brady lost another fumble. I feel like at this point we need to check how many fumbles he's lost. I think the answer is 2, so we can advance. But I think that number is going to change to 2 when I advance. And if it has into Michigan, it's clear to me that our number 1 running back is our number 1 running back. We might just play him every down. I think that's what I'm going to do for that game. So let's take a look at our, well, first let's make sure there's no new injuries. No new injuries. Also no new changes to a player status. So Emmanuel Brady has lost 2 fumbles. I'm just going to keep him fresh. I'm just going to make Hunter an every down back. And then for this big game, let's take a look at the kind of receiver talent we have. I like having this route runner here because the quick pass is more reliant on the route runner. It's interesting that the deep threat player is doing as well as he has per catch. So I don't think I'm gonna change anything here. I think I just keep what I've got. Our tight end just becomes an every down into this game. Who allowed the sacks? Basically everyone is the answer. But holy crap, you are good. Or you're better. So I'm going to make some changes based on what I see. think we'll just keep things like they are. On defense, yeah, I think this is good. No more changes, I don't think. Across the board. Okay. I think what we got is a lock. The big game. So, short is definitely what we're going to do because Michigan has a pretty good pass rush against us, as most teams should have. Or, not necessarily. What I'm looking at also is the stats here. So actually, I think we can probably run pretty effectively against Michigan if we want to try. The run game isn't even that bad of a difference. We're definitely going to be focusing on the short pass, though. And yeah, let's take a look at the run, the makeup of this team. So they have a really potent running back. 8.7 yards per carry is ridiculous. So what I'm going to do is stop that for sure. They also have a really strong pass attack, though. So one thing I want to just check is the quarterback. The quarterback is definitely good. It's a different quarterback, however. Looks like his IQ was low, which means that zone might be favored. But being able to remove the run game is probably the best thing that I can do, since choosing whether to stop the deep ball or the short pass kind of feels like a 50-50. Okay, and then so before we get into it, let's check out our commits soon. So I'm just going to offer contracts to any player who might soon commit. Sort by potential. This is a huge game for us for sure, in terms of scouting, and then also in terms of ranking, and then, well, rivalry. Rivalry is also really important for our sponsors. We have like 2 that I think give us just under 10 mil. And that goes straight back into making the organization better. So big motivation to win this game. We'll check on that safety after this game. Let's see what happens. We are favored, and we're also playing at OSU. So I feel like it would be a little upsetting if we lost. I'm going to start with a run just to see what kind of team this is. All I need is a short pass, so that's all I'm going to ask for. I could run again, and I'd probably convert, but the reality is it's just better if we throw, most likely. Yeah, so 6 yards. I'm going to try to keep this on the ground as much as possible. Actually, a 3-yard gain is not great. And with the pass so far, I'm averaging 6 yards. I know I've only thrown once. So I think I'm just going to do a short pass. And that was a good decision. Immediate first down. They're matching up against my receivers with the correct personnel too. So there's not like a great exploit that I've got there. Do another short pass, another completion. Yeah, they're actually getting a little softer than maybe they should be. So we can try like an outside run in order to run hopefully into a cornerback. And that was a huge gain. They actually matched up with better personnel, but it didn't really matter. This is telling me that like we basically can do whatever we want against Michigan. So I'm just going to try running outside a couple of times. Now it's 3rd and 5 after a -2. So I'm just going to try to convert with the pass. It didn't work. We'll kick a field goal. Oops. Sorry, force a habit from other games. So we are 2nd and 11. And they just ran. Our goal is to stop the run for sure. They're bringing out 4 wide receivers. I'm just going to try this cover 1. Okay. So I think with that quick slant, I think they're probably, I'm surprised that wasn't incomplete, since like this pass probably just went over the middle. Yeah, and of a linebacker there. I think they might run here. So I'm going to show a dime blitz. They're able to get the 1 yard. This is, first down. I'm pretty confident that they're going to try to run. They did run, and they ran pretty damn effectively. 4 wide receiver set. They just need a yard. I'm going to try to blitz. That was pretty good. I think I need to go bear in order to stop this 3rd down. That was a catch. Let's see. Still, I want to be under what they're showing. Cool. So we stopped the run there. What do I feel? I think I might just man a line. Nice. And then now it has to be a pass. So we'll call just 2 high safety. And they're able to score. So that obviously is not ideal. Looks like we're both able to move the ball pretty effectively. Yeah, I need to be on normal because I'm down all of a sudden. Give me the medium passes. Actually, it's not like they're. Well, we can try. We can see what happens if we just go for medium. Okay. Cool. So they're going for the dime look. And try a run. I like. The outside run was working really well. But let's try running inside. It's a nice 5-yard gain. What are we averaging on the ground? 7 yards a carry. I feel like I would be stupid to make this any more difficult. Okay. I've made it difficult. Yeah, we'll punt. Not great to be behind. Stop the run is the name of the game here. 6-yard run, even though I blitzed. Still trying to stop the run. We can try showing more linebackers. Okay, that's a 15-yard run, even though we blitzed again. Life's not going to be great if they're able to run this effectively. So the package I'm bringing out is 1 cornerback less than the number of receivers that they're showing. Here, I would expect them to actually throw. So I'm going to play out of dime. I don't really want to blitz. I want to cover. That should be fine, actually. Okay. I got a pressure, which is good. I really just want to stop them. Okay, huge. So that's a sack. And they try to do a play action. Normally on a sack, it's very difficult to come back. It's probably one aspect that I like the most about this game. So I think I can play a little more conservative by just running nickel. And now for sure, our goal is just to make sure they don't convert. So we'll just do, I don't even need to contain. I just need to cover 2-man. So they were able to convert there. That's really unfortunate. I actually played that incorrectly because nickel is not dime. I don't know how I made the mistake. But yeah, they were able to beat me. Let's see. So we'll blitz again. Nice. So huge fumble by our defensive lineman. Clark is definitely a name I continue to see. I like this outside run. Let's try that. Cool. So the outside run is really favorable for whatever reason against Michigan. We can try a jet sweep. I'm always a fan of trying that. And then we can try, I like the idea of just kind of going heavy into the run, and then we'll hit them with a play action very soon. It was not effective at all. I don't want to, we can try an outside run. So that's really unfortunate. They were able to prevent us from gaining a yard after our 18 yards. I don't agree that we should be going for it this early. So we're just going to punt. Let's see. I want nickel. I want a blitz. That's a minus. I can play this a little more conservative for sure. Cool. They tried running. And now I just want to make sure that they don't convert. Cool. So I really need points on this drive. It's the second quarter. I'm down at home. I'm probably going to start leaning. Well, we can try a play action right now just because we've been running so much and see if that opens up things. Oh, I saw the PA. That did not. We just need a bubble screen is what we need. And that was a sack. We're keeping them in good field position, which is always good. It's not like we're going to start losing all of a sudden. But, wow, interception. Okay. So I really do not want to blow getting points here. I'm going to keep it on the ground. Minus points or minus yards. Let's just try a slant. Can we get some yards with a slant? Okay, we can get some yards with a slant. So we might try again just to give me a short pass because that worked. Cool. And then maybe another one. Cool. Okay. Now we have control of the game, which is really what I've been trying to wrestle for this whole time. 5-yard run, even though we sent a blitz. 7-yard run, even though we sent a blitz. Oh. This is not great. They're able to run all over us, and I am blitzing. Okay. It's a completed pass. I feel like we were giving them a lot of yards. Cool. So minus run. I'm just matching their personnel right now. Man, that's huge for them. It's the play action. I guess we bit somehow. 2 wide receivers. I think they're going to run, so I'm just going to send the blitz. It did not work at all. Okay, so we are down again. Never a great feeling. We can try to do up tempo just to see if we can score. I definitely am interested in driving down the field and making this a tied game. Yeah. I mean, let's see. What do they call? Nickel against... They're definitely expecting me to pass. So what I might do actually is just hit them with the mid draw. That did nothing. Wow. That really did nothing. I'm shocked at how ineffective that was. What if we tried an outside run while they are respecting the hell out of... Yeah, okay. So the outside run is working really well, even though they are trying to stop that kind of play. Short yardage, we're just going to go for a quick pass. They keep sending these blitz, which I think is why we're chewing them up so easily. Not great. Can we get a first with a bubble? Of course we can. That's the money play. And they even kind of ran like what I would run in order to counter that kind of play. So I just want to try an RPO, kind of throw them off. Didn't really work. We can try an outside run because that's been working so well. And we're also in the end zone. That did not work so well. Let's try quick slant. Okay. So it's an interesting decision here, but not really. Like, it's just better to get 3 points. All right. So now my goal is really just to stop them from being able to press the ball that far. So I'm just going to align with whatever they're showing. I think I'm just going to call the same play twice. So I'm just playing very conservative there. Okay, into the last quarter of play. I want to blitz for sure. I need them to stop being so effective at running. What am I most worried about? Probably, I don't really know. Maybe I just like doing this contain. Okay. That pass was a first down. You know, each receiver was aligned with a corresponding player. They just were able to convert. Looks like my safety did not do a great job of defending against him. I wonder if this cornerback, who I would expect to actually line up over here, because the way the play is drawn on the screen, like that's how they line up. Like this cornerback matched up against this running back maybe. I actually don't really know where the extra cornerback would line up. Maybe if you call that, then they just don't line up against anyone, and man is a little trickier than I thought it was. Let's see. I need to blitz, and I'm showing the same kind of look that they're bringing out. I'm blitzing again. That's huge. I sacked 4 wide receivers. Dime is what we're going to do. I just want to prevent the first down. Cool. And we do. So I just want to drive up the field like crazy. I like the idea of jet sweep. That did not work. We will not try that again. I don't need a deep pass. We like a medium pass though. Huge. They're showing dime. Our players are just better. We can try a run here. Let me see a run. Where's your run? The inside run is not working at all. So it'd be something that we abandon. 3rd and 10. I need a first down. Just an incomplete pass. Okay. We're still down by 1. So we gotta do better. Try a blitz, pass incomplete, nice. Let's try another blitz. That was a first down. Just did a slant, unfortunate. I'm gonna match you, but I'm blitzing. I'm gonna match you, of course, but I'm still blitzing. Cool, so big stops there. And then I do want to man up. I'm gonna run this dime play. They're able to find an open receiver over the middle. I'm protecting this as best as I can. I don't really know why this is so ineffective, because I feel like there should be 2 players on top of that receiver. Let's see. All right, so DB blitz, that did not work out at all for me. I want to kind of blitz again, and then that worked pretty well. I need over the top help though. For that. They ran. I feel like if I don't have a safety, then I'm going to get burned, but I'm getting burned anyway. Cool. So we have another third and 3. Can I call up a play that stops this? Hell yeah. Okay, we need a drive. What I'm going to lean on is the pass. And I'm really going to hope that we're able to just march up the field. So just 2 quick passes. One's incomplete, one's out. This is really bad field position, and that was really bad field position to not convert, but also, like, what do you do? Maybe I should have gone to the bubble screen just for that money play. But it's done. I'm really surprised how ineffective blitzing these guys are with a better package against the run. Giving up big run plays. Can I bring in the safety to help? Nope, because then they throw. Okay, that worked. It's the 4th quarter. A little tense for sure. Let's try another blitz. Okay, that's a 5-yard gainer. 3rd and 7. I just need a huge stop here. What do I want to do? I feel like this cover just didn't work last time. So let's look at the dime package, my favorites. So I think this might be the best play for me. Cool. So it's deflected. And then make a field goal. Kick returns are just kind of automatic, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. We need to be up tempo. I don't know when that changed to true clock. I guess that was from the half, but yeah, we need to score. What do I want to do? Slant, huge. All right, now we can try to run just so that we're a little more balanced. We've been leaning pass, big run gain. That's good. Try medium pass, nothing. What about just a quick slant? Nothing. Bubble screen every day. Hell yeah. The outside run is something that I haven't been going back to. Let's try that. Touchdown. Okay. So that's pretty big. The correct call here is probably to just kick the field goal. Just wanted to make sure that they were doing that. Okay. So now it's kind of like if we can stop them, then we're good. Big sack. that again is like so damning. We can align with what they're showing. I'm gonna bring out this nickel. Just man, that's a big gain. That sucks. I think it's a slant route that makes that so easy for them to convert. But yeah, that sucks. Let's see. So I wanna blitz again. Just 3-yard gain. I definitely don't want them to be able to run because then they control the clock. If they control the clock, then there's a higher chance that I lose. I like this blitz play. Is this the same blitz play that no, it's not. Okay, cool. So this is a huge down. Okay. I think given the situation, I want something over the middle because they've been throwing over the middle quite effectively. So it's gonna look like nickel first of all, and then probably this is the play that I'm running. Yeah, nice. That is a huge stop. Now it's just really important that we control the clock and close this game out. So let's do what was working earlier, the outside run. That's a huge gain. At what point do I need to start throwing? I think the answer is I just want to hold onto the ball. The outside run might work again. Let's just double check what they did here. So they gave me a harder look. It's really confusing that this is 13 yards and this is -2 if like they have linebackers here, but whatever. What I'm gonna do is a quick pass. What kind of quick pass? I want them to think that there could be a run play, so I think just the shotgun trips. Okay. So 3rd and 7. I want to hold on to the ball. I think we go for the money play, which is the screen pass. First down. Now we can continue to outside run. What I've been noticing is when I have like larger wide receiver sets, they've been bringing out the actually, I think I want to use the pistol wing because hopefully they have more linebackers in, and it seems like I'm running better against linebackers than the cornerbacks. Let's see if that happens. So this time they did have more linebackers. It was a 4-yard gain. Like not entirely true what I said, but also not wrong. We're gonna keep it on the ground if we can. Okay, so now we need again 3rd and 7. Just to cheese, I'm not gonna run that same play. What I'm gonna do instead is I want my running back to be active in the receiving game, so we'll see if this works. It doesn't. We can actually see the linemen. I mean, basically it looks like they countered exactly what I just tried to run, so that sucks, but it is what it is. Making sure it's a punt. This is great field position. At the very least, if we can hold them to a field goal, then things are looking good. This is a little aggressive for my taste. I think what we're going to do is run the dime and then we can blitz. But I would want safety help. So instead, what we're going to do is just this. Passing completion, that's big. They're going to stay with 4 wide receivers out. So what I'm going to do is just match. If I can slow them down, that is really the goal. Again, I'm just going to match and completion. Do I want to go into zone? Probably not really. So I think I'm just going to do cover man again. Cool. I'm just kind of relying on the fact that I've got good cornerbacks and like we should be able to hold them. To show the nickel package, it's 3rd and 11. I think if I drop more people back, I have a better chance of turnover. So this defensive lineman is going to be playing over. Cool. And that was able to stop them. I received the punt. Life is good. It's all just chew clock now. So we're going to hit them with the outside run. Nothing. I'd like to try a jet sweep just to see if that works better. So we tried that played earlier in the game and it was -2. This time it's +10. I think the outside run for whatever reason is just very effective against Michigan. It's working at least. Now it's a question of what do you do on 3rd and 2? 3rd and 2, I think I'm gonna rely on the outside run just to make sure that we're still chewing clock. I do think the pistol wing has been better, so we're gonna try that. All right, so that's 4 and 1. This is like decent field position. And they've only got a minute, so like the coordinator is being crazy. I'm just gonna punt it. I just gotta hold them off now. So I'm gonna continue to make sure that I'm aligned with what they're showing me. With 3 wide receivers, the most important thing I think is to cover deep. It's a pretty big pass catch. 4 wide receivers. Again, I'm just gonna make sure that I'm covering deep. They are driving. It would be nice to be able to prevent them from getting into the end zone, but I just need to prevent them from, or I don't even need to do that. You can see here that there's 28 seconds left. Yeah, the goal is just don't let them get into the end zone. So that's incomplete. 20 seconds left. It's definitely a little tense. 5 receivers, 1 second left. So this is just prevent, and then we win the week, which is huge because of recruiting, and then also because it's a rival. So bam, we can check out the box score. Shelton had an off day by his standards, which is funny to think. Our running back was probably actually a little more productive on average than our quarterback, so maybe I should have been running more. And 5 sacks, that's a lot of sacks for a team. 5 sacks is definitely pretty impressive. A forced fumble by Clark. Yeah, and then 14 tackles for a loss. That's great. We'll advance. We'll stay at number 1. I just want to show that, I don't actually know if the boosters will show this, but I think they will, that we beat our division rival. We'll take a look at recruiting too. A lot of things happening. Some of our linebackers also got hurt. So let's play out the remainder of this. And then we got number 9, Wisconsin. That's a huge game. So recruiting, I already see. We got offensive linemen, and we also got a running back. We lost an offensive lineman, but this is not really a priority. So this is a B-. We're looking for A talent at the O-line. Getting that running back this early is really nice because of our need. Devion Kane is a player who will also probably get. So I just feel like basically got the running back position locked down pretty easily without any investment really into scouting each week. Targeting each week. Okay, so there should be some free things here. I definitely want to start targeting this Charlie guy. We're super behind, which means that it's going to be time to start offering nil deals in order to catch up. So this will get me 600 back. Another thought is to kind of change directions and start targeting these players that are, this Alvin Medeiros, who's closer to us being able to get, or this Cole and Newell. I think the human joystick, however, just means that this is a little more attractive. And I don't really mind getting a B plus player that's already 74 and just putting money into this. Let's check out. So these players also have like maximums. So we can do this, and the bonus is just enormous. They still need to visit PSU, so it's very likely I'll start to lose this. This Alvin guy, I could maybe actually lock up. So that's actually what I'll probably do is, so what I'm doing is I have a high chance of, if he commits before OU's visit, that I just get him. So I'm going to try to run away with this by investing in scouting. If this works or not, we will see. I will create a tag just so for my own learning. Let's see, run away. And we'll see if that works out or not. No tight ends. At offensive line, we're just destroying a lot of the competition. It's possible that some of these schools start throwing nil deals, but the problem is that they're not really interested in nil deals. I feel pretty confident that we're going to have an incredible offensive line draft class given where we're at right now. I don't need to make any moves here, but yeah, this is really cool to see. A defensive line, and to be clear too, I'm not removing any of my pitches because I want to make sure that I lock in these players. Maybe I could remove this Tyler Ferguson scout. We'll give you offer. Try to stay competitive here. Purdue should be able to be good. Tyon Zan. Or Zion Tan. Tyon Zan. Let's see. So I'm going to continue to see what happens here. I'm not going to make any moves. Let's give an offer so that we know where we're at. This is awesome to see how many prospects we're ahead on, but like all come crumbling down pretty quickly. None of them are committing soon, so we're not going to do anything either. Nice. I would really like to lock in this cornerback. Kind of cool how initially he was interested in Michigan, and then we came in, and now we're just kind of running away with it without having to work for it. We'll offer deals on all these. In terms of what to do here, what I see is we're going to lose Colin if I don't do something. Do I need Colin? I have like one more of these. I think I'm just going to throw it at him. The other option would be to invest in Javier because he is a big hitter and I get a bonus there. Another option would be to start running with Zion Tan. And we actually do need or Olivia Chapman. Probably Chapman is the play. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove this Tyler Goodwin look. And I'm going to make sure that I get Olivia Chapman. That's a plus 900. I think I can catch up if I start doing it this early. Yeah. Or maybe I should just go for Zion Tan since I'm already ahead. That's probably what I'm going to do. Plus, then I don't have to verse him with Michigan. Cool. So we'll advance. I have this linebacker injury, but it's only for a week, so it's not going to be a problem heading into the next week. And then next is Michigan, or sorry, Wisconsin.